July 20th, 1969. A moment frozen in time. Over 500 million people huddled around televisions and radios, listening with bated breath as a crackling voice echoes through the cosmos. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Neil Armstrong's words are etched into history, a testament to human ingenuity, bravery, and the relentless pursuit of the impossible. But was the moon landing really the perfectly executed mission we remember? Or was the path to Tranquility Base far messier, far more perilous than we were led to believe? More importantly, did it happen at all? For decades, whispers of deception have swirled through the airwaves and across the internet. Skeptics claim the Apollo 11 mission was an elaborate hoax, a production staged on a secret film set with Hollywood-like precision. Shadows that don't line up. A flag that appears to wave in the vacuum of space, suspiciously pristine photographs, all fuel for one of the most enduring conspiracy theories in history. But if the moon landing was faked, why? And if it was real, why do so many still refuse to believe it? The real story of Apollo 11 is not just a tale of human triumph. It is a narrative tangled in Cold War politics, technological ambition, and the eternal battle between skepticism and truth. It is a story where deception was not only possible, but, some argue, necessary. To understand why some believe the moon landing was a fabrication, we must first step back to the world of 1961. The Cold War is raging. The Soviet Union has beaten the United States at every turn in space exploration. The first satellite, the first man in space, the first spacewalk, all Soviet victories. America is desperate to claim its own success, and President John F. Kennedy makes a promise that will define a generation. I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth. The pressure is immense. NASA is starting from scratch. The technology to reach the moon does not yet exist. Billions of dollars are poured into research. The Apollo program becomes the most expensive peacetime project in American history. And yet, failures pile up. Rockets explode on the launch pad. The Apollo 1 disaster takes the lives of 3 astronauts in a horrific fire. The road to the moon is paved with death and destruction. But then, almost miraculously, on July 16, 1969, Apollo 11 lifts off. 4 days later, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin set foot on the moon. America has won the space race. Or has it? Doubt creeps in almost immediately. Why do the photos look staged? Why can't we see stars in the images? Why does the lunar module leave no visible blast crater beneath it? Why does NASA suddenly lose the original footage of the moon landing? Each question feeds into the theory that the moon landing was an illusion. Proponents of the hoax theory suggest a grand deception. Some believe the United States government, desperate to declare victory over the Soviets, turned to Hollywood to fabricate the mission. Filmmaker Stanley Kubrick, fresh off the success of 2001 essay, A Space Odyssey, is often named as the mastermind behind a faked moon landing, using groundbreaking visual effects to sell the lie to the world. But is this theory even plausible? The answer lies in the details. Scientists and historians argue that the evidence overwhelmingly supports the reality of the moon landing. The retroreflectors left behind by Apollo astronauts still bounce laser beams back to Earth. Proof of human activity, on the lunar surface. The lunar dust, the behavior of gravity, the sheer complexity of the mission, all of it, they say, could not have been convincingly faked with 1960s technology. Even so, the theory refuses to die. Why? Some suggest it's because the government has lied before. The Vietnam War, Watergate, MK Ultra. People have seen their leaders deceive them time and time again. So, why not the moon landing? Others believe that the human mind is simply drawn to skepticism. It is easier to believe in deception than in a truth so grand, so unbelievable, that it challenges our understanding of reality itself. The real story of Apollo 11 is not just about whether or not we landed on the moon, it is about trust. It is about the fine line between skepticism and cynicism, and it is about the lengths to which humanity will go to prove, or disprove, what it can and cannot achieve. The legacy of Apollo 11 is not just in the footprints left on the moon, but in the questions, the debates, and the mystery that continue to surround that fateful journey over half a century later.